Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Decided to go live for an album review for the Tortured Poets Department. Sorry, I'm fixing my phone real quick. The Tortured Poets Department album review by Taylor Swift. So we are going to talk about what I listened to with this record. And yeah, let's dive right into this album review. Now, basically, I was gonna have someone come in the stream. It depends on if they want to come in. If not, I'll just do it myself. So basically, Fortnite featuring Post Malone was a terrible track. It was just boring as shit. I don't know what it was. The song felt like a dud. It, Taylor Swift's vocals sounded boring. Post Malone sounded boring in this track. This track didn't work. 2 out of 5 for me. The title track is lengthy, boring, and cringy. Like, here's the thing I'm gonna say for a moment. She needs a fucking break. I mean, I understand that people look up to her, and I kind of have an opinion about it, and that's fine. Um, Everyone's got their own opinions and viewpoints on what they think of Taylor Swift, but the one thing I will say about her is she is a nice person, I'll give her that, but she needs a break from making albums personally. She's done too many albums. Like, let's say 6 to 10 months from now, she might make another re release of a Reputation or whatever else she does. I think she just needs a break for a little while. I mean, she can do the re releases for Taylor's versions, but I think she needs to write better lyrics. Because this was not good. This was horrible. And the song just throws in random lyrics in the song, and I just couldn't get on board with it. Something with the Tortured Poets Department, and I was like, what is this track? What is this track trying to do for the listener? It ain't doing shit. So, pretty much 1.5 out of 5. My boy only breaks his favorite toys. Now, this really was cringy. I will tell you that. Um, I was very disappointed with this track, big time, because of the lyric choices, because of her songwriting for this. It was not very good. She is overdoing it a bit too much on this track, and the title alone says it all. Like, she's not writing good titles, she's not writing good lyrics anymore. And it's a shame because her lyric writing is pretty solid for the most part, just love lyrics, and that's fine. But you gotta stick with what you know you're good at. This is kind of overdoing it, and just you're kind of getting overwhelmed trying to release an album in a certain amount of time, and then once the album comes out and the final product's here, most of us don't really like it. So my boy only breaks his favorite toys as a 1 out of 5. It was just bad. Down Bad was boring too. I couldn't stand this track. I just was very and highly disappointed with how it sounded, and just lyrically it's written awful, and production and mixing was just song just felt boring too. I couldn't get on board with this, so this is a 1.5 out of 5. So Long London's another boring track. I couldn't stand this track. I mean, to each their own with what they think of Taylor Swift, but I myself have gotten to the point where I'm kind of a little tired of seeing every fucking year a Taylor Swift record or two. Like every fucking year. Like she is exhausting herself. It's kind of time she needs a break. I think she's put out enough material for us to be entertained for a while. Keep in mind, I used to like Taylor Swift. I used to really enjoy her music from time to time, but I kind of got to the point where I realized her music is not all that interesting anymore. It's just kind of fallen flat, and it's really sad because I think she is a talented singer, but the songwriting is not here for this record. So Long London's a 1.5 out of 5, but Daddy, I Love Him. Just I knew this song was going to be bad, and I was right. So a 1 out of 5 for this one. This track is a boring cringe fest of terrible lyricism, and just the melody doesn't really do it for me. So this is just like, ugh. So pretty much a 1 out of 5. I'll show my face that way you know that I'm actually reviewing it. So pretty much, fresh out the slammer, not a great track. This one's boring too. The lyrics don't hit home and don't really resonate with me in a good way. So I'm just very bored with this track. So 1.5 out of 5. Then comes one of the worst tracks. One of the worst tracks. Florida, featuring Florence and the Machine. Florence and the Machine sounded boring in this track. Taylor Swift sounded a lot worse. 0.5 out of 5. This was bad. It was. The lyrics didn't do anything. The melody didn't do anything. It was annoying as shit from time to time when the chorus came in, and I couldn't stand this song. So this is a 0.5 out of 5. Guilty as Sin was disappointing, but it was probably the most tolerable track from this record for some of the lyric choices. I think lyrically she tried, but it still didn't execute with the melody and how the song was playing out. So it still felt like a dud. Pretty much 2.5 out of 5. I was a little disappointed, but at least a little impressed in a way. Who's afraid of little old me? Not me, I can tell you that, because I'm gonna be honest here. I just personally think this song didn't do it. This song just felt boring and cringy, and just the material, the mixing, how it's sounding production wise, nope, I wasn't feeling it. So 1.5 out of 5. And just the lyrics just don't land personally. I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can is an awful track too. I mean, the melody sounds okay, but it just, execution wise, it didn't work. So lyrically, it's off big time. And this is a 1.5 out of 5. And Taylor's voice just, it has its moments where it's boring as shit. Now for Loss of My Life or Love of My Life, whatever she's calling this song. This one is a boring dud too. I can't stand this track. I really wish I liked this song, but a part of me was like, nope, it was a miss. So 1 out of 5. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. What the fuck is this track? This is awful. I don't know what this is, but it's just the mixing is pretty bad on this song. The techno, the electronics in this track don't do it personally, and I'm very disappointed with this song. So 0 out of 5. One of the worst tracks for this record personally, and I think this was coming off as, I mean, if people don't like this stream review for this album, that's their personal choice. I don't really care. I'm just reviewing an album and giving my honest opinion, and this is my honest opinion. So The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived is another bad song. So this is one of the three tracks that are pretty awful from this record. So this is a 0.5 out of 5. The lyrics don't do it for me. The lyrics are cringy, and just the way the song is sounding execution wise, nope, pretty bad. The Alchemy is another bad song. I don't know. I just wanted to like this, but I couldn't like it. I mean, she had it a little bit with the lyrics, playing it safe, but still the tracks mixing was kind of boring. So 1.5 out of 5. And finally, we get to the closing track, Clara Bow, which is disappointing, but still a tolerable track in a way. The lyrics don't really do it for me with how they sound, and just Taylor Swift singing. It's good, but it's also not good. She has the potential to make better lyrics for this record, but it squanders with how she's writing them and how tire, tiringly exhausted she put her efforts into making this record. And pretty much 2 out of 5. So overall, what did I think of the Tortured Poets Department? One of the worst albums of the year so far. Um, it is probably going to be worst album of the year for 2024, unfortunately. And I thought it was going to go to Ariana Grande, but somebody else beat her to the punch for on my list of worst albums of the year, and this one might be one of the worst. Um, I really was trying to see if this would be interesting, but honestly, I was kind of reviewing this just to talk shit about it, and I thought it was a lot worse than I thought. I started getting a little pissed off at track number 14. I was like, okay, this song is shit. So I was really disappointed. Give me 1 second. Let me invite her in. Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Not much. Was about ready to rate this album,
Uh,
so I'm just gonna finish
it
it
was,
here real quick.
it was good
So
shit. It was garbage.
you're telling me one of the worst records of 2024?
Not
Yeah,
surprised.
yeah, it's as bad as Ariana Grande's record, but worse.
Yeah, yeah,
So here is
yeah,
my rating
definitely.
for it. My rating is gonna be a 1 out of 10.
I'd give it more -10. It's really that bad. Mm,
Yeah, it's
It's
pretty bad.
it's
I felt
very
bored.
cringe.
I felt exhausted with this record. I was just mentally exhausted and also pissed off. I was like, really? This is what she comes up with for 16 songs? Plus, there's bonus tracks, but I'll review those at a later time. Uh, but still, overall, the record is really bad. One of the worst of 2024.
I
Yeah.
even called it when you named one of the titles. I told you what it was going to be about, and it was.
Yep. And lyrically, I just was so torn that the lyrics weren't doing it. Like
Nope.
the lyrics were very off. Yeah. But other than that, it's a bad record. And I know some people were tuning in and then they were clicking off like, "Oh, he's talking shit about Taylor Swift. Oh, we got to call him out." Like, whatever. But I almost got in an argument with my sister about it. She's like, "Oh, she's the one that brought back concerts and all that." I'm like, "Does it look like I care?" I mean, to
Ugh.
each their own, but it sounds like she's trying to defend her in a way, and I'm like, look, you, we'll have an agree to disagree kind of opinionated
Oh, that
thing.
yeah, that happens when they're fans of Taylor Swift. That, like we all know, that's gonna happen.
Unfortunately, yes, but still, I. What was your worst song that was on this record?
Worst song?
Yeah,
Um, I don't know how to pick a worst song. All of them were just really bad, so I
mine
just pick
was
one.
"I Can Do It with a Broken Heart." That was my worst
Yeah,
song
no.
off this record.
Yeah, yeah, no. I don't pick a worst song because all of it was just really bad.
Yeah, and here we thought Ariana Grande's was gonna be worst album of the year. Wrong. guess we were wrong. Yep. But yeah, it's just I was so disappointed because when I listened to Midnights, I was kind of bored with that record too. I never really came back to that
Oh,
as the year went
I'm,
on.
I'm, no, I'm not surprised that this is worse than Ariana's, because usually, like, I don't listen to Taylor Swift, but this I did for just because of the review. And
Yeah,
like we all know, yeah, she's just known for breakup songs and everything. So yeah, no, does the usual.
yeah, yeah, it's typical of her and it's predictable too. And
Mm-hmm.
there's too much cringy songwriting on this record, and I'm like, what is she trying to accomplish here? She's trying to please an audience, and I mean, to each their own that likes this record. But if critics say this is one of her best records, I'll be like, oh my god, these fucking people are dumbasses. No offense.
Yeah,
And
and
I'm sorry to
honestly,
say that on this stream. I know everyone has an opinion, and that is fine, but that's how I personally feel with this record. I felt it didn't offer great lyricism and great songwriting and great, well, it's the same thing, but great material.
mhm. And honestly, in my opinion, I know people are gonna be, especially the fans, are gonna be like, oh, between her and Beyonce's album, which one will win Album of the Year? Uh, I'd
Honestly, at
say
this point, I'd probably say Beyonce.
yeah, definitely, yeah, that was more tolerable compared to this.
This dud of boringness.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I actually did fall asleep at the eighth song. And then when I heard the
Mhm.
melody change I started falling asleep to this record. I was really exhausted with this song. I was like, okay, Florida is sounding bad.
Same. I was falling asleep even before the eighth song. Like in the third song, I'm like, okay, can we move on, do something
Yeah.
else? Mhm.
Yep.
It didn't
And
take long.
I'm glad that I don't have to come back to this record because it's going to be deleted from my phone after this review's out.
Mhm.
Yeah, it happened. It sucks. Moving on. Yeah. But still, I'm about to end it in like 2 minutes because just wanted to give at least 20 minutes to enjoy critiquing this and kind of talking shit. So sorry to
Yeah.
the Swifty fans that like this record. Your personal choice. This is just our public opinion and personal opinion. We don't like this record. We wanted to try to like it, but it became a boring dud. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it is what it is, I guess. So, you got any
Yeah.
final thoughts before I end it?
I knew I wasn't gonna like it because she's not gonna change. She's gonna remain the same. All same songs
Yeah.
on all the time. Breakup
But
and
like I
everything.
said during the video and review, she needs a break.
Mhm.
She's put out so much material that it's hard to keep up. And I think it's kind of time she goes on a little hiatus or just a year or two break from an album cycle. Maybe like 2 years or so, because she's done enough for her fans.
I
And
think I'd go with 6 years. Maybe she'll mature with her music, but I doubt it.
probably too, because she's delivered too much material each year or 6 months or so. And it's coming to the point where the songwriting is just lazy and just it's not there anymore.
Yep. Lazy, forgettable, bland. Nothing you want to listen to unless you're just that much of a stan and want to listen to it.
Yeah, I got pissed off at the smallest man who ever lived. I'm like, okay, so you're making fun of short people.
Mhm.
It sounded like it when I heard it, and when I listened, well, saw the title and then heard it, and I was like, what are you trying to say in this track? Yeah, she was confusing me with that song. But still, the record sucked. 1 out of 10. What would you score it?
Like I said, -10. But yeah, no, it's just not worth a listen, and I don't
Negative
recommend it to
out of 10.
anybody. Yeah, -10. Yeah, out of 10.
Wow, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this 21-minute stream. It's a 21-minute video stream or whatever. But uh pretty much I will do another, I think, track review pretty soon on something. Sorry about the background noise. This truck honking. Yeah. But other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day or evening, I should say. And I will be returning for another track review soon and probably a gaming stream tonight if I come around to it. But until then, take care.